Hey everybody, Jeff Kennedy Space Surfer back again with today's how to make a t-shirt. Today we're going to try something a little different using our dye sublimation machine. I've got our machine hot and ready and our blank set up. So for today's episode, I was on tie-dye yesterday. Today I started thinking about other materials and I started saying I want to do like a blue jean shirt. And so I went down this rabbit hole of Levi's old jean ads. I really loved the 501 jean when I was a kid. Never had the 501. I got the 505s. I got the plain pockets. Never got the 501s. And then when I did get 501s, I found they were really kind of a pain, all the buttoning of the front end and so on. So, kid from the Midwest, never wore anything but Levi's, and nowadays wear anything but Levi's. And so a lot of these brands that are like iconic, I think I would have worn until I hit the graves, I no longer wear. And so here I am saying, why did these brands go away? What can I do to bring them back? Campbell's soup. Here we go. I'm gonna do a Levi's t-shirt. Start off by linting your blank. Get any debris off the front of it, just like so. Make sure your blank is centered. This is a little bit of a longer image, so it's important that I kind of set the shirt a little bit further up on the machine. If not, just when I go to set it onto the press, it's gonna wanna maybe hang off the bottom. Also want to make sure that I don't have that like ruffled up amount, because when I give it this pre-press, we want it to be nice and flat. So as per usual, we only get one shot at making the shirt, and I've never made any of these shirts ahead of time. So, one of these times I'm sure we're gonna have some mistakes. Quite honestly, I make one shirt a day for a number of reasons. Dye sublimation ink printers have a tendency to clog more so than, say, your typical printer. It's also important to keep them running once a day, they say, suggested. So, if we print one shirt a day, we accomplish that. For today's shirt, we're gonna go with an old Levi's ad. And, I was looking for the old 501 ads, and, I'm a guy making screen printed shirts, and, it was a little bit more than I could actually handle, so I went with a girl pinup. I just couldn't pull off the other ad, and so I printed it in regular form here just to show you what it should look like. This is how I printed it if I was to print it on regular paper, and we'll see what we can mimic to the actual shirt here. When you look at the dye sublimated image, you'll see it's in reverse, and it's much more different in the colors and the tones, and that's because the colors are going to off-gas into the image, and it's going to take on, hopefully, the colors that we see in the image I showed you already. So, you get a piece of butcher paper, working at the News at the Beach studio outside, it does have some limitations. We're okay with that. When we go set this shirt up, we're going to use our trusty guide. And, my guide's got a little bit of a pre-bend in it. It actually kind of helps to let me make sure that the edges are correct on it every time. So I tend to use that. From here, we want to go ahead and set the image onto the shirt. This one's nice and square, so I'm going to make sure that it's just evenly centered to the marks. And, I'm going to go with the placement that it gave me on the guide. Whoop! Try that again. You can always do these inside your house and prevent the wind and so forth, but it's pretty nice in Florida in October, and we figured we might as well be outside here showing you how this is done. All right, I got the paper in. Got everything set. I'm gonna make sure I get my hand out of here before I press that machine down. And yeah, we got 60 seconds to talk about Levi's. It's like, what happened to that company? Back in the 80s, nobody would wear a pair of jeans other than those. The change in my pocket. We got the red tab jeans. Apparently that started in '36 because people were copying Levi's. I'm real familiar with the orange tab. That's kind of my bread and butter. Those were the fashion jeans. They had a white tab for girls. They had a black tab. And I remember the black tab. They were always on like a gray pair. They were permanent press. That's what the black tab stood for. So they were kind of like grandpa jeans. And then later on in 1988, a silver tab came along. And that was like a baggier streetwear. I never found a pair of silver tabs that fit me properly. I've been the tried and true original Levi's guy, mainly, like I said, the 505 from the origin, or the start. That might be an easier word to say. So here we go. popped right off this time. Oh wow, I love it. And like I say, you know, it's hard to find a shirt that goes good with jeans sometimes. It's like, what am I gonna wear that's cool? You know, and I don't know why these companies aren't doing more with what they know already works. So this would be my blue jean t-shirt by Levi's. We'll show you a detailed version of this at the end. I'm not quite done with it though. You know, dye sublimation has the ability to customize things, and growing up in Illinois, nobody had anything different than anyone else. And so, you know, I really love the customization aspect of this. And you know, what's signature about a pair of Levi's jeans other than the tag on the back, right? So we'll go ahead and reset the shirt here to the bottom on the base, just like thinking of a pair of Levi's jeans, you know? And you know, a lot of us would like tuck in the back. They would do all these things like, yeah, man, I'm from the 80s. And I would tuck in the back so you could see my logo and all these things. And you know, now we're from the future and we're trying to be like subtle about it. We're trying to be cool about it. But we're also like, did you see my stuff? You know what I mean? So here we go. My dream patch, the 501 1993 3232s in orange. That's what I'm going with, because that's what I would be riding on today, you know. And you know, there's other things about it. They had the plain pockets. That's the ones I ended up with a lot as a kid. That's like the ones you got at Kmart or Walmart. I was a Kmart kid, so we're gonna set that shirt item right here. Oh, almost didn't give it a. It's real important, guys, to, even though I'm rushing to show you guys this stuff, to make sure that you do follow the steps. You gotta pre-lint the item. Make sure that you set it properly. Like right there, I would have set it backwards. You know, and this is all just me making this in a Photoshop Canva app. It's very basic, very simple. Well, keeps wanting to jump on me. And like I say, I'm kind of working with this wind out here. I want to just make sure that it falls right above the seam line in this one. You know, because it's just like, want it to be precise. As if I sewed it in place. So now we got 60 more seconds to hear about Levi's jeans. You know, they were the primary thing to be worn. I still am a big time jean wearer. These aren't worth mentioning what type of jeans they are. My dad, all he wore was Levi's. I remember him one time sending in like 12 pairs just to have them. He thought they were faulty, and truth was they determined, I think, 10 pairs were. And this was like in the 90s. My dad wasn't long before then. He ended up in Lee's and Wranglers. Understood, but you know, it's really frustrating that brands can't understand who their core you know, business person is and cater to them. Because I would buy this shirt tomorrow if it was available from Levi's, but unfortunately they don't have anything like this. Also, apparently Levi's had a big E back in the day, and they changed it somewhere in the 70s. So if you ever find any Levi's stuff with a big E, apparently it's back now, and I think they do use it in some European stuff, but that's like the real classic stuff. All right, so here we go. We're gonna pull the final item. That's so cool. So yeah, here we have it, everybody. Your Levi's blue jean tee. With the Levi Strauss tag. And I'll try to get you one more shot of it, a little bit brighter, just to make sure we show all the detail. In case you haven't subscribed, please do so. We're really enjoying making these shirts. Hope you're having fun too. Like and subscribe. See you next time. Here's the final image. It says, when you put on a Levi's Feelin' Fine jeans, you can take off, do anything you like. The soft stretch denim won't hold you back. It won't cut or bind, no matter how you bend or move. And since they're from Levi's women's wear, they have a fit to be tried. It leans into every curve. Levi's Feelin' Fine jeans in petite, misses, and women's sizes. Try on a pair soon and start feeling fine. Come back tomorrow for tomorrow's episode. Thanks, guys. Here's the back. 501 jeans. Oh yeah.